everybody. Today is Monday, July 13th. I've had a really busy day today. This is like 10:30 at night right now or later. But today I woke up a little bit late. I woke up at like 1:30, but that's like early compared to what I've been waking up previously. So I will take the win. Today I had a lot of running around to do. I had to go pick up my grocery order, water our family friends' plants because they went on holiday with my mom and dad, so I'm going over to their house every day to water their flowers. Had to deal with all the flowers here. Put away groceries. I did my readings for tomorrow's class. I worked out for the first time in like 2 weeks because I can do it without absolutely passing out from the heat. I went for a lovely swim. I read about 50 pages of my book. I'm reading A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown, and so far I'm loving it. I finally reached the 100-page mark and like surpassed that, which is awesome, and I'm like really getting into the story now. The story has finally begun in like a real genuine way, so I know I'm gonna finish this week, which I'm very excited about. Then I can move on to finish the 5th season, and yeah, that's exciting. But tomorrow my day is going to be filled with class in the morning. Then hopefully I'll go for another swim because I'm enjoying that. Getting some time outside is really lovely. I can read again outside. As you guys saw from the clip, I've adopted my dad's preferred way to spend time outside, which is to just stand at the edge of the pool and read. It's very successful and very comfortable the entire time, so like it's a good method. In terms of writing, because it was such a busy day outside of writing, I decided to actually go through and pick out some parts of my older draft that I knew I wanted to completely just transfer over to the new draft. I ended up transferring over 3,700 and like 3,000 something words. And my total has now passed 15,000, which I'm very excited about. I am now like caught up to till Wednesday, which is super exciting because it leaves me lots of room to take my time a little bit. Considering that Thursday I have another one of my response papers due, this now gives me the freedom to work on that for the next couple days and not have to worry about writing. I probably will do some more writing on top of that, but I don't have to, which is like a good freedom for me to have. But yeah, basically there were some bits and pieces. Basically, they're in my work in progress. There's this one moment where the main character gets transferred to another area in her world, one that she's never been to before. So there's a lot of like excess world building. And then her initial reactions to being in this new world are the bits that I knew I wanted to keep because I really enjoyed writing those parts. They came really easily back when I was doing it before. And then the first chapter of a new character's point of view, I also knew I wanted to keep. So those are the bits that I transferred over. I'm happy with that. Again, I will be going through it sometime this week. I'm not gonna set a day because last time I set a day I didn't do it. Sometime this week I want to take the time to actually go through specifically parts of my work in progress that I took from the old draft, and again make sure that they fit. I still haven't had a chance to properly do that yet, so I want to just maybe even tomorrow, because tomorrow I have class and Wednesday I can work on the response paper. Tomorrow I can spend some time, because I'm ahead on my words, going through the words that I already have. That's a great plan. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. We just figured this out together. Like, we got this. This is why vlogging works for me. I need to do this more often. But yeah, anyway, I just checked on my Animal Crossing village for the first time in a hot minute, so picked some weeds, dug up some fossils. I went swimming for the first time in Animal Crossing, which was super fun. I met the pirate version of Gulliver, who is hysterical, and I love him so much. That was fun. Anyway, it was great. And now I'm going to sit down and actually play some Assassin's Creed because I didn't really play any yesterday. One of the reasons I really wanted to play Assassin's Creed yesterday and today is because I was watching the new update video and bookshelf tour that came from Jean over Jean's Bookish Thoughts Jean I absolutely adore. She's one of the first booktubers I ever started watching. I've interacted with her a few times and she's just a lovely human being. Her children's book actually came out today, which is really cool. I'll link it down below on Amazon. My pre-order hasn't come in yet, so I'm still waiting on it, but it's a children's book outlining a bunch of the major Greek myths, which is really cool. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. But I was watching her videos and it got me thinking a lot about my love for ancient history, specifically ancient Greece, and my love for mythology that I've had since I was a little kid, and that I haven't really been able to dedicate any time to since starting my master's, because my master's has been focused on more not ancient literature, obviously. I'm not doing a classics degree. As much as I wish I was doing a classics degree, I'm not doing a classics degree. Maybe I will, I don't know. It's an idea that's been floating around in my head, but we'll talk about that later. I actually decided to sign up for the free trial for the Great Courses Plus. It's a program that I heard about actually from Haley over at Haley and Bookland. That's the first person that introduced me to the idea. But it's just a service. I'm not sponsored, by the way, obviously. I've never had a sponsorship in my life. But it's a service that's like a monthly subscription. And you get access to thousands of lectures on any subject imaginable, basically. And I started listening or watching the, like, I think it's the Great Mythologies of the World lectures. And it's just been so nice. They're like half an hour each. There's 60 lectures. They go over Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Egyptian, Chinese, African, Middle Eastern, like insane amounts of like any mythology you can think of, Norse mythology. They're all there. I watched the first few episodes yesterday, and then today while I was doing my workout, since it was a half an hour long, I watched a lecture and it was really interesting and I'm really enjoying it, and it's just bringing back all of my love for ancient Greek myths, and I've been having a grand old time. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I'll leave a link to it down below if anybody else is interested. I think it's just a really interesting way for you to further your education if you're interested in learning like I am. I'm obsessed with documentaries, so like this is basically like a documentary to me. I seriously have watched every ancient Egypt documentary on Netflix, on Disney Plus, through Natural Geographic, on YouTube. So this is just some new information for me. It's been interesting. Yeah, anyway, I'm really revealing my nerdiness tonight, but I'm okay with it. But yeah, anyway, now I'm gonna go into Fantasy World and play some Assassin's Creed in the setting of ancient Greece and have a beautiful time doing it. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off for tonight and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I will update you on the writing and how it's going, integrating all of my older parts into the newer draft, hopefully. And hopefully get a good chunk of the way into my book. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Ta-da! Here it is! I'm so excited! There she is! This is Jean over at Jean's Book of Thoughts, children's book on Greek myths. I am just so excited that I have this in my hands. Oh, look at it! It's just freaking beautiful! Look at it! Oh, I'm so excited! Friday, July 17th. And as you guys saw from the last couple clips, Tyler and I went to the bookstore. It's been my first time in the bookstore since the beginning of the year. And it was so nice. It was wonderful to just get out and walk around the bookstore, walk around the books, and have a good time. It was really nice. We weren't there for long, about half an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes. But it was a really nice time. It was a nice little outing that we had. And I got some books. Tyler treated me to a few books as a late anniversary present. It was our 5th anniversary last week, so it was really sweet of him. And I'm going to show you which ones I got. So the first book I got was Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. So this, I bought Realm of Ash, which is the second book in the Books of Amba duology, I think, by Tasha, and I didn't realize it was the second book. So I finally picked up the first one, and I'm really excited to read it. I've heard a lot of really good things about this series, so I'm excited. It's a fantasy set in like a desert world. It's got like magical gods and emperors and mystics, and I'm really excited about it. Next up, I picked up The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. This is my first Ruth Ware thriller. I had a hard time picking between 3. It was between this, The Turn of the Key, and The Girl in Cabin 10, I think is what it's called. But I decided to go for this one. This one is about a woman named Harriet Westaway who gets a letter saying that she's the like sole heir from this Mrs. Westaway woman. She knows it's not real. She knows she's not Mrs. Westaway's granddaughter, but she's hard on her time. She's in some hard times and decides to pretend and accept the inheritance. She goes to meet the rest of the family and discovers that there's something very wrong with this family and that maybe she shouldn't have chosen to take them up on this. I'm excited. I've heard really good things about Ruth Ware from mostly Books and Walla, Kayla, so I'm excited to finally have one. Next up is one of my most anticipated reads of this year, which is Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardoust. This is a YA fantasy about a woman named, or a girl named Soraya, who has never left her palace. She's a princess because her touch is poisonous. There's something about a demon in like the dungeons in the basement of the palace and all this type of magic and intrigue and stuff like that. And I don't know a whole lot else about it, but I'm excited. I've heard a lot of good things about it so far. It just came out, I think, last week. I'm excited. Next up, I got Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This I bought for the Draconathon, I think is how you pronounced it. The dragon-based readathon hosted by Jade and Soleil. That's gonna be happening in August. This is the group book. This, I think the author is Canadian. He's a Black author, and this is like described on the back as being Gladiator meets Game of Thrones. But it's dragons and I'm very excited about it. It is the first book in a series. I don't know how long the series is gonna be, but I'm very excited about this. And next up is a book I've been wanting to read for a very long time, and the third book in the trilogy just came out and everyone's losing their minds about it, so I figured I'd pick up the first one, and that is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This is a high fantasy set in 19th century Cairo, which automatically makes me interested. I'm obsessed with Egypt, so this is really cool. But this tells the story of Nari, who is a con woman, and one day she accidentally summons a Jinn-like warrior named Dara, and the two of them have to like flee Cairo and make it to this like enchanted city. Yeah, I'm just, again, I don't know a whole lot else about it besides that, but I'm very excited to be reading this. First one is City of Brass, then there's Kingdom of Copper, and then Empire of Gold just came out. I saw it like, we walked in and I saw it on the first like fantasy table, and I saw Empire of Gold and I was just like, oh, interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye out for City of Brass. I went looking everywhere and I couldn't find it, and I was so annoyed. I was like, are you telling me they don't have the first 2 books, but they have the new one? The shelves are pretty picked over because like COVID, so like they just reopened last month, and I guess they haven't been getting as many shipments as normal, which I anticipated, but I was gonna be so sad. But then I found it and I was very excited. I also was looking for some more N.K. Jemisin. I wanted to pick up The Killing Moon and or the first book in the Inheritance trilogy, but the N.K. Jemisin section was like picked through. There were 2 books left. The first was The City We Became, I think is what it's called, her newest release, and then one more book, but I don't remember which one. I think it's 5th season, or the 3rd book in the 5th season, I think. Anyway, I'm sad about that, but also very excited because, you know, N.K. Jemisin is selling out, and that's awesome. I have the 5th season right here. I'm about 50 pages into it, so like I'm making my way through slowly but surely, but I wanted to get more. Anyway, those are the books that I picked up this afternoon. Thank you again to Tyler for my anniversary present. I'm very excited about it. I think I've decided last minute that I'm going to participate in the reading rush next week, which is insane. I'll do like a TPR and stuff like that in my vlog next week, just like I'm including this little haul in this vlog. Yeah, in terms of writing, I wrote just over 600 words yesterday, but I was like 200 words off of my goal for yesterday when I started because I was really ahead from a few days ago. It's a little weird, but today I only have to really write like maybe 500 words or something like that to stay on track, and I think I'm just gonna do that. I want to go outside and set up the backyard because we had a wicked thunderstorm yesterday, so I had to take all the like cushions and put them away for the little couch we have outside, so I'm gonna go put those back and maybe read outside. But I'm worried that if I read outside, I'm just gonna fall asleep, so I don't know. I might go back downstairs and finish up Hannibal because I only have a couple more episodes left. But yeah, I need to get that writing done. Tyler and I are gonna just hang out tonight. We're gonna like order pizza and watch some movies, all that kind of stuff, hang out outside for a little bit. It's gonna be really nice and I'm excited. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated and I'll talk to you later.
7-second costume change.
Princess Fiona and Prince Shrek.
Fiona, princess, you honor me with a task.
Well, good man gone,
Hello everybody. Today is Saturday, July 18th, and it's like 4 o'clock. I haven't vlogged really all day. I just went out and I went to my family friend's house so I could water their plants because I'm trying to help keep them alive while they're at my cottage with my parents. And I think I'm succeeding. I don't know. I know nothing about plants, but I'm doing my best. Anyway, I got myself a coffee, as you can see, and I'm gonna get more comfy. I am just about to start on my to-do list. I've made myself kind of a crazy to-do list for today. Next week is the reading rush and I'd really like to participate, but in order to do so, I have to get all my homework for next week done now in the next couple of days, just because I don't want to have to be worried about doing that and doing the reading rush and Camp NaNoWriMo at the same time. It's just not something I'd like to do. I have 2 reading response papers to do, one for both of my classes next week. Each are 2 pages and they're not super high stakes, so I should be okay with that. I'd like to get all my readings done for next week done as well at the same time. And then if I have time, I'd like to edit and upload my come book shopping with me video. Tyler and I went to the bookstore yesterday and I got some clips and I did a little haul of the books that I read, and I'd like to make that. I did like a poll on Twitter to see if I should keep it in here or make its own video, and everybody said to make it its own video. So I'll leave the link to that up there because it should be out if I do this in the next couple days. And then last thing on the agenda is to catch up on my writing, because I was supposed to write about 500 words yesterday and I didn't get to it. Our like date night turned into a, first of all, Shrek marathon. We watched Shrek and Shrek 2. And then I made Tyler watch Legally Blonde for the first time because he's never seen it, and it was so much fun. His reactions to things were just amazing, so funny. But yeah, it was a really good night, but we were up very late. And yeah, now I'm gonna try and catch up. So I've got about 1,500 words that I should be writing today. And I will keep you guys updated with my progress. I hope I do well. I hope I get like at least a good chunk of stuff done today. That is my goal. I will talk to you later. Update time. I just realized I have not shown you this once since I started Camp NaNoWriMo. So I use Scrivener as my writing program of choice. And on Scrivener, there's an option for you to view your project's stats and your project targets. You can set your manuscript target right up here. So that's like, I did it for Camp Nano. I chose to set my target to be 30,000 words, though my manuscript will be much bigger. And then you can also set your session target, so how many words you want to write each day, adding in a deadline, and it'll work it all out here into these two little charts every day. So it'll notify you once you've reached your goal for the day, and then update your manuscript. So I am on track right now. I am now at 18,925 words. I just wrote just under 2,500 words today. Very exciting. According to the Camp Nano website, I should be done on the 29th of July if I keep going at this rate, which is very cool. That'd be awesome if I was done early, but yeah, so this is very exciting for me. Along the side here, you can set your manuscript up into whatever format you really want, really. I'm using the 3-act, 9-block, 12-chapter outline setup as explained by Katie in Katie Tastic's videos. I'll leave a link down below to the video I watched. But I've got it set up into acts. I'm gonna like probably just call them parts, 3 parts, and then chapters down here. I've labeled the chapters as of right now with the headings from that video. I've also got like prologue info that like is relevant writing to me, but just I'm not putting it in yet. Like it's just stuff for me to know. And then for example, I'll show you chapter 2 because I haven't really written anything yet, but along this side, I've created like a little brief outline, which is really cool and helpful. That'll stay along the side here in the synopsis. It doesn't add any words, but it's there for me to reference. I've got that done for the first act. Then I have nothing else left, but for some of the chapters I have like actual writing done. And then yeah, anyways, a good way to keep organized. I really enjoy it, but yeah, that's my little update for writing. In terms of schoolwork, I've decided I'm not gonna do my response pages today. I've started collecting quotes from the one reading we're doing, which is The Decay of Lying by Oscar Wilde. I'm almost done reading it, and then I have to read The Whole Mind by William Burr, which is like tiny, and I taught it for this professor's first year course in the fall, which is really cool because I know how he thinks in terms of this poem. So that's easy and nice to know. I'm gonna get all my readings done for today. I have my writing done for today, and then if I can get some more outline for one of my responses, that'll be great. I started editing the come book shopping with me thing, and then I found out I only have 6 minutes of footage. So I'm not going to turn it into its own video. I'm just going to keep it in my vlog for this week. So you guys will have just seen that. You'll have seen it earlier today. You already know this, but I'm just explaining. Now I think I'm going to go upstairs and clean the kitchen because that desperately needs to be done. And I might get some reading done, which will be very nice. To go outside and water the plants. I already went to our neighbor's house and did that, but I need to stand because I've been sitting here for a few hours now, and as comfy as this chair is, I do need like something else to do. It's just the way it is. Anyway, I will update you guys later when something exciting happens. Yeah, again, that's about it. I will chat with you guys later.